Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel if you're a returning visitor. And as you could see from the title and the description of this video, we're all about fresh and aquatic fragrances because it's very hot already here. And to help us deal with the heat as well, to make sure that we're not using fragrances that they are going to be headache inducing or way too much overpowering. I thought I'm going to show you a few fragrances that might be ideal for this part of the season. And as you can see, I have here quite a few options. Some are more of the cheap and some of them are on the higher end. And this is strictly speaking fragrances that have fresh, aquatic, maybe even ozonic notes in it. So without further ado, with a disclaimer here, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do that before you leave my channel and give me a thumbs up, perhaps some comments. Now, back to the video. Let's get started. So the first one that I'm going to show you, it's one of my all-time favorites. And it's something that I really enjoyed. And actually, I have to say it was one of the fragrances that I encountered the moment I moved to Cyprus. And I was always wondering what this fragrance was because it was such green, vanilla, powdery, aquatic, floral fragrance that I was just wondering what is it. And one day I said, enough is enough. I'm going to ask my manager, what are you wearing? Because it's stunning fragrance. And the good thing is, it's at least on my skin, it lasts also very well, somewhere between 6 to 7 hours, even though it's hot. Obviously, keep in mind that fragrances are very personal to each one of us as well, depending from the chemistry of each one of us. And the fragrance can perform in a different way. So something that might perform well on my skin might not perform so well, or something that performs extremely well on your skin might not on mine. So that's why I'm giving you my review in regards to this. Now, this is a fragrance that, as I know, it has been discontinued, or at least here in Cyprus, I cannot find it anymore. And this is more in a floral, gourmand, fruity category for women. It's an old fragrance launched back in 2009. And we have here peach blossom, cyclamen, green leaves. Then we have in the middle notes lotus, jasmine, rose. And in the base notes, we have the beautiful vanilla, musk, muskmallow, sandalwood, patchouli, amber, and cedar. So as you can see in the base, we have quite some heavy lasting notes. And that's what this fragrance is about. It's a fun fragrance. It's a youthful, I would say it's a fragrance that represents the joy of life, if I would have to define in few words the fragrance. The next one here on my list, it's going to be one that was purchased recently and added recently to my collection. But again, it's a very aquatic, very fresh, ozonic even, with a combinations of floral rose here. It's from the Monet collection of Avon. It's called Artistic Nymphea Lumia. And I absolutely love also the bottle here. We have some flowers all over on the back. And I think it's the liquid that it's blue, because as I see, or maybe even the bottle is blue. We'll see as I consume more from it, because I just started using it. And this is going to be basically a floral aquatic fragrance. It's considered to be also for men, so unisex. And this one was launched back in 2021. It's the creation of Natalie Lawson, one of my favorite perfumiers. I have from her quite a few fragrances. And this has very interesting notes. It has lotus, then we have peony and precious woods. I love fragrances that include lotus. It's very floral, it's very light, it's feminine at the same time. And the other interesting part of this fragrance is that it has a series. So there are different variations, and all they're coming in these beautiful boxes. So not just the bottle itself is beautiful, it's the actual box in which they are coming. They have this Monet-like paintings, so it's very unique, and I really appreciate the details that goes along with this fragrance. Then I have here another recently purchased fragrance in my collection, but this it's more besides the aquatic and fresh, obviously, it has a powdery edge as well. Let me, that's right, iris, that's predominant in it, vanilla as well. And besides all this, we have a bit of earthiness and woodiness, and it's the creation of Jean-Paul Gaultier, La Belle Fleur Terrible. It's something that was launched a few months ago. It's a floral aquatic fragrance for women, and we have again water lily, iris, and vanilla. And just if we look at the bottle, it's really stunning. It's really amazing, and it has this embroidered detail which I really adore. It was part of one of the fashion collections of the house. This is considered to be a designer fragrance, and at the moment it's something that it's light and very beautiful. It kind of like stays on me like more of the powdery notes. Sometimes you can pick a bit of coconutty like, even though coconut is not listed in it. So it's something that I think it's very interesting, and it has to do also with the chemistry of each one of us. So that was from Jean-Paul Gaultier. I appreciate the fragrance. I appreciate the bottle. It's heads down on it. Then we have here, we have Ocean de Joya that I selected, and it's right, this one. As mentioned in my fragrance video that had to do with blue bottle fragrances, this is a fragrance that I really enjoy. However, I have issue with its longevity. Usually, freshy aquatic fragrances tend to have this issue that they don't last long. Currently, I haven't found body lotion or shower gels that comes from the same series. So therefore, I cannot really layer it with any other product to make it last longer. I just have to make sure that my skin is very well hydrated when I use this fragrance to improve the longevity. But nonetheless, the fragrance itself is beautiful. It's very airy, fresh, very watery, aquatic, green, fruity, citrusy. We have sweetness in it, and it's considered to be a floral, fruity fragrance for women. It's launched like 2 years ago, back in 2020. And we have, again, pear, citruses, and green notes in the top. We have water jasmine, salt, lily of the valley, and rose in the middle. And the base notes are musk and sandalwood. Obviously, there are a lot of flankers here. Terra de Joya, for example, is something that people really like to use in this heat. For me, the good thing is that it does project, but it doesn't last long on my skin. So when I mean it doesn't last long, like 4 to 6 hours. And it's something that, I would say that it's safe to blind buy even. And I think the pear gives is this juiciness like effect and this refreshing. And as the name says, it does remind you of this, ocean, the sea, the waves, even the color. And I'm not sure how much, guys, you can see here from my screen, but it has these white fine lines on the cap, like, when you are in the ocean or on the sea and you see the white foams formed by the waves of the ocean or the sea. And it's something that I really, really appreciate as a scent. I absolutely love it. And obviously, if I would run out from this fragrance, I would definitely repurchase it just because it smells so amazing. Then let me see, which one should I pick next one. I'm going to go with this one because this is one of my favorites from Amber collection from Oriflame. Oriflame is a multi-level marketing company, and I purchased a lot of fragrances. Actually, when I start my fragrance collection, I purchased all the available fragrances from Oriflame. I have them all. Um, and it's something that I really, really enjoy. It's one of those fragrances that lasts long on the skin, even though it's aquatic and fresh fragrance. But it has sweetness to it. It has coconut. It has amber, powdery, citrusy accords, fresh, spicy, as well white floral. And this is considered to be an oriental amber floral fragrance for women. It was launched back in 2017, and we have Christian Plus as the nose behind this beauty. And the top notes here, and that's what it gives this watery effect, would be watery notes as well, amber, grapefruit. So we have a bit of citrusiness as well. We have orange blossom, violet, and cumin. So you wouldn't think that, to use cumin in a fragrance, but it gives some very beautiful notes. And it has also coconut milk, vanilla, and sugar cane. Um, the uniqueness of this scent is that the liquid is actually blue, turquoise. So when you apply it on your skin, it comes out in this color. And I absolutely adore this scent. It gives you this sea-like, summer-like effect, a bit of amberness, a bit of saltness and water, and freshness. And it has also good sillage. And the good thing is that it's perfect for summer because it's not overwhelmingly sweet. So it's very interesting. The good thing is that even though it has cumin on my skin, at least it's not predominant. So I don't even understand that there's cumin in it. And I do get also a creamy coconutty milk as well. And as well as salty as well aquatic. So it's a really interesting combination. So I absolutely adore this one. It has also Baltic Amber Accord in it. So I really, really enjoy this one. Then I have another fragrance here that's from Oriflame, but here we have a bit of issue with its longevity. It's on the cheapy side, obviously, and it's something that I really enjoy using after, let's say, a shower. Something that I might want to use when I go to bed, something that, it's not headache inducing, something that's beautiful. Or if I'm using it in the summertime, I'm using it for a short period of hours, like going for shopping, going somewhere for 1-2 hours, because it doesn't last long on the skin. However, it's very fresh, it's very watery, aquatic, at the same time powdery, also fruity, floral, and citrusy. And this has some complex ingredients. We have pear, we have lemon, we have red berries. So you get that fruitiness in the opening, and then you go more into the florals. where you get violet, water, lily, jasmine. And in the base notes, we had the woods, such as amber, cedar, and musk. If I would have to repurchase this, I would only repurchase it because, you know, it's something that I would use in the nighttime. And that's the only main reason. And because it's very good price. I mean, you can even find it for 6 to 7 euros in discount sometimes if you're holding an account with Oriflame. And that leaves us with two more fragrances here. One of them is my absolute favorite when it comes to the aquatic fresh fragrances. It's Roberto Cavalli Paradiso Azzurro. And if I would have to give a description for this, I would say beautiful beach, cool summer waves, and fresh spiciness, citrusiness, a bit of woodiness, a bit of lavender, a bit of green in it. So it's very, very complex. The bottle is very stunning. The glass itself, it's very heavy, well made. I adore that it comes in this dégradé. So the way the fragrance opens up, that's what this bottle also represents. And I was, you know, absolutely stunned by this. It was launched back in 2015. For me, this is an absolute perfect representation of a vacation, floral, carefree holiday, if I have to say that. As as well, I can say, you know, it represents the Mediterranean Sea. I'm in the Mediterranean, and you know, it gets this azure, um, this green, bluish waves that you get in the sea, in the Mediterranean Sea. Like also the bottle, like as you go further deep in the sea. So first you know, you're at the entrance of the sea, you get this transparent water, and as you go further down and you look towards the sea, the depth of the sea, you get this dark blue azure sea, and that's what this bottle is also. So it's a perfect representation of the water, the Mediterranean Sea. Now, the face of this campaign was Edita Viciute, and it's a diamond-shaped bottle. It was designed by Eva Marina Duringer, and it's available in different sizes. It comes in 30, 50, and 75 milliliter. And also you can find body lotion shower gels of 150 milliliters. And mine one is the full bottle size because I adore it. I love it absolutely. It lasts long. It projects well as well, so I don't have issue with any of those points. And the nose behind this beauty, this gem, this diamond, I would say, it's Louise Turner. Now, if you're looking for a fragrance that, again, you want to use during summer for all kind of time of the day, like even for office, I would say go for this because it's very versatile. And that leaves us with my last fragrance, which is, well, second of Paradise, but this is Amazing Paradise. So that was Paradiso Azzurro, and this is Amazing Paradise, but this comes from Oriflame, so from a cheaper fragrance house. I'm not going to focus on the fact that it's a cheap fragrance house. What I want to say is that the fragrances that they come from these brands, they are basically fragrances created by same perfumers that might have created fragrances for the luxurious end or higher priced fragrance houses. Also, for example, for Paradiso Azzurro. So some of these fragrances have in common the perfumers behind. Natalie Norson, for example, is collaborating with Avon or Oriflame as well with other fragrance houses. So I'm not saying that it's cheap and it's something bad. I'm saying it on the contrary in a positive way. And this fragrance, the Amazing Paradise by Oriflame, has been discontinued. So you don't find it anymore at Oriflame. However, if you go on eBay, you will find it, because that's how I put my hands on it. I purchased it from eBay and I had to wait for it to be delivered, like 2 weeks, but nonetheless, I have it. And this is more of a fresh aquatic, but at the same time, very ozonic, very tropical and floral. We have also a bit of muskiness in the dry town and sweetness floral. Again, it's an amazing fragrance for women. It was launched back in 2016, and it was the creation of Evelyn Boulanger and Alexandra Carlin. And we have here very interesting notes. We have guava. In the opening, we have mandarin blossom, violet leaf. And in the middle notes, we have jasmine, raspberry. And in the base notes, believe it or not, even though it's a fragrance that we like to use, let's say in summertime, it does have Christmas tree, flame tree, as you might know it as an alternative. It has also vanilla and musk. Now, the reason why I don't use so much from this fragrance, it's because, as mentioned, it's discontinued, and it's very, very hard to find it even on eBay, because, you know, those that they know this fragrance, they still tend to repurchase it. And the other thing is that, you know, sometimes if you find it outside of your region, like I'm living in the Mediterranean in Europe, and if you order it from outside of Europe, there are high taxes, so you end up paying almost half of the value of the fragrance just in taxes. So this is something that, you know, you would need to take into considerations when ordering fragrances, that they are discontinued. However, you know, if you're really like me into fragrances, sometimes it's worth giving that extra money out. Now, I really hope that you enjoyed my selections of freshies, aquatic fragrances. So far, this is what I have in my collection. And obviously, as my collection will increase with additional fragrances, I will keep you posted. I will give you further reviews, further updates. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please don't leave my channel without doing so. As well, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video and you found it useful. And let me know below in the description box what fragrances you like to use, which are your preferred freshies, aquatic fragrances, because there are thousands and thousands of fragrances out there. And obviously, depending from your locations, you might be able to find something that I might not find. But nonetheless, I'm really, really curious to know what's your favorite and what aquatic fragrances you are using to cool down in this heat. And thank you so much for being here on my channel. And if you're a returning visitor, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for supporting my channel, for showing up on my newest videos. And that would be all for now. So bye bye.